Hello and welcome to Staying Up with Cami and Taryn. I'm Cami.
And I'm Taryn, and every night we get to have a sleepover, but every week we invite you to join us.
Thanks for staying up.
Yeah. Okay. Guess what? We're pregnant.
Oh my God. I wish. I can't
April Fool.
Oh, it's April.
April Fool's 2nd.
April Fool's probably 3rd by the time this comes up.
True. That'd be cool, though.
It's crazy that one of these times, well, hopefully, that will be what we say.
Yeah.
That's kind of nuts. How you doing, Bubba?
And then I'm not okay.
We do that a lot.
We really do that a lot. And you know why? It's because podcasting every week with two different people.
Yeah.
What are the odds that everyone's going to be okay?
Bound to be miserable.
Yeah. I'm not miserable. I'm just like, y'all, I've been just in this weird, like, half sick state for like 2 days, and then it goes away, and then I'm fine, and then I'll get it again for 2 days, and I'm like so fatigued. My little lungies hurt.
Yeah, you've just had like a sore throat and then like a cough, and then you're fine, and then all of a sudden it comes back.
Yeah.
It's very peculiar.
I think I need to work on not going too gung-ho when I start to feel better.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm good. Let's do all the things.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to just kind of let your body rest and heal for a little.
But the issue is that I'm going to a bachelorette party.
Yeah, so you're not going to be resting and healing.
And then I'm going to like a work thing for a couple days. So it's just a little...
Yeah, so rest is not on the horizon for you. I'm sorry, baby.
Stressed about my rest.
Stressed about the rest.
How are you, love bug?
I'm good. Today's been like pretty hectic, but good hectic. It's so funny. I got a little alert from my like period tracking app, and it was saying like you might be feeling, I think it said like calm or zen or something. And I got it while I was like absolutely vibing. And I was like, she's right. My only downside to today is I had to get glam twice. I feel like when the Kardashians are like, I just don't want to glam today.
Yeah, I mean, I never want to glam. So the 2-time glam
Here's
sounds like a lot.
Well,
what's glam?
I just had to do my makeup twice. Let's be real.
But like full face.
Full beat down.
Beat down. Jesus Christo. It's Easter.
It's not Easter. Easter is over, baby.
Baby.
Let it go. He has no longer risen.
No, he rose all the way back up.
Yeah, I don't really know what happens after that part.
He has risen up.
Okay, so wait, quick before we get into me getting ready.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he comes back.
Yeah.
Which, like, when did he die the first time? How much time's in between these?
The cross, baby.
I know, the cross.
And then 3 days.
I didn't know. I don't know how many.
Good Friday
days.
is the day he died.
Okay.
And then he comes back on Sunday.
Well, why would it be a Good Friday when he's dead? People
because
were excited?
He died for you.
Oh, weird. Okay. So then he comes back.
Yeah.
But then he dies again?
He doesn't really die again. He just like goes away.
Then where is he?
Yeah. He is in you and me and us.
I did not consent to that.
He just like goes away.
Okay. Well,
I'm like quite sure. It's been so long actually since I've heard the Easter story.
You like don't even know anymore?
But I'm like, okay, wait.
We don't need to look it up.
Yeah, we do. Where does Jesus go the second time?
Where did he go? He's just like playing hide and seek, and he's really fucking good at it. And nobody knows.
But yeah, like, okay, where is
this is going to be a whole thing. We don't need
it. The problem is that everyone is saying like, oh, the second coming of Christ, which is like supposed to be like when he comes back for good. But
like that hasn't
like
happened
him,
yet?
Yeah.
Like, is that like when people are like, everything's going to go to shit? And if you're on the naughty
like
list,
the
you're
rapture
out.
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just copying Santa, whatever. Anyways.
It just says he rose from the dead.
And then we just don't know. The story just ends.
Oh my God. If Jesus rose again from the dead, did he die again a second time? Or is he still hanging out around Jerusalem?
Did I write this? Yes. He just like walking around?
No, I'm pretty sure he just like went away. Like he like walked off into the sunset energy.
Okay.
Sounds
like they just didn't know how to end the story.
Hold on. No. Well, the story's not over, honey. He's coming back for you. And you must believe.
I don't
It
know.
is a story without
I mean,
an
I
ending.
believe Jesus was a human that exists. I just don't believe in all the like magic afterwards.
I mean, but
Listen, I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I think it's fiction.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, it's not wanting to load.
What?
Jesus is interfering with our
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
he's like, don't worry about it.
He's like,
Anyways, I was absolutely vibing out. I like took a long shower. I love an everything shower and then an everything after shower. Just doing all the things.
I think perhaps your hobby, if someone were to say, what's your hobby, Cammie?
Getting ready.
It's getting ready. It is both the bane of your existence and the happiest thing you ever do.
I don't like when I have to do it.
Yeah.
I love when I'm like, what should I do?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, should I shower, shave?
She'll get ready
wash
for
my
5
hair,
hours.
Exfoliate. Yeah, I'm like, you're right. That is a hobby to me. Well, I was doing my little hobby, forgetting about my work. And I blame Beyonce because she distracted me because her album is so...
It is really special.
It might be my new like all-time favorite album ever.
That's insane.
Absolutely obsessed with it. I was having so much fun. I was just listening to it, vibing out. I was gonna like film. I'm thinking about coming back to YouTube. Don't hold me to that. But I was gonna like film a little
she
thing.
has risen.
She's risen. Not yet, honey.
But then where will she go again?
Yeah, exactly.
She'll walk off into Jerusalem.
I was gonna film, but I was like, shit, I don't want to turn the music off, so I didn't. And I was just vibing, and I did my whole glam, and then I realized I had to film a campaign that I was gonna. My whole concept was like, I'm doing my skincare.
Yeah.
And I looked at myself like hair done, makeup done, and I was like, you dumb bitch.
You look beautiful, but you're stupid.
And I was like, you're so pretty, but you're so fucking dumb.
Do you ever look did you look at yourself today and say you're so pretty?
I did not.
Oh, shame.
Sorry.
Try it. Pretend my hand is you.
You're so beautiful. But yeah, I
thank you for that weird thing you just did on my hand.
I don't like washing my face twice back to back because I have such little sensitive skin.
Yeah.
But it was actually a campaign for the new co. So when you see the campaign, don't come for me. You can say like it if you know, but don't come for me and tell me that I washed my face twice already.
And look, when you see a brand deal on this woman's Instagram, you engage, okay? That is what is keeping this family alive right now. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
That's so crazy. You're like our current breadwinner.
Honey, you literally have a full-time job.
Not yet.
You have a part-time job, and
I took a full-time job. I start with the same company I've been working with in May.
She literally has a job.
But I just love calling you our breadwinner.
I just make more than you.
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner. I'm just like...
No, but right now you're our breadwinner.
I'm a sourdough winner.
The way that
and you're
hurt
bringing
me.
it.
That
Do you want to be sourdough?
I'd love to be sourdough.
I'll be like a Raisin Bran or whatever. What's more expensive?
You're a Kaiser roll.
Okay. I hate that.
I don't even know what a Kaiser roll is.
Whatever. We both contribute to this family.
I'd like to say something to you.
What?
Well, actually to the peepees, so you'll just have to listen. Are you ready?
Are you gonna look at me or them?
Them.
Okay.
And I'm looking in your ears, peepees. What I was gonna say is that
you're looking in their ears.
Shut. I didn't mean shut up either. That was
you
crazy.
You did. It's fine.
Cammie had an event recently, and she was gone for the night, and I wanted to play Fortnite because I've been back on my Fortnite game, and I thought, should I hop on the group chat and go into like the gamers channel and be like, hey, I want to play Fortnite? But you guys. I'm having this weird predicament where I don't want you guys to know that I'm home alone.
Not even you guys, but there's a world where there's a creeper watching.
Yeah.
Or a creeper in our Discord page where it's like, it's not y'all. It's like the scary person amongst y'all.
And so I'm trying to figure out what that looks like for me, because I think that would be really fun. Sometimes when
maybe you just have to do it when I'm here.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know.
My biggest fear is that, you go on those like live chats and stuff and you talk, and I don't want someone to be like, where's Cammie tonight? And then I have to lie. And then they're like, well, make her say hi or whatever. And then I'm going to be like, she doesn't want to come talk to you.
If you're talking to one of us and you ask where the other one is, just take that for just don't actually
just don't ask where we
be a real
are.
one and don't put us in that predicament.
Anyway, but I do want to play with you guys, so if that's a thing, and you want to play with me.
My mom said
let me
I
know.
can play with you if you can play with me.
I'm also a little nervous about my ability because I don't know what I'm like against others. Like, I only know me.
Yeah, you don't want to like let people down if you're playing on teams, groups, whatever it's called.
Yeah, so I think, and when people are like, "Oh, I play Fortnite,"
Some
I'm like,
people like really.
I know. I'm like, are you like the person that's built fucking?
Honey, you're really good at it though. I think you're downplaying your.
I've gotten
ability.
better.
Yeah,
I'm like a level. Been playing again for like what, a week?
A little more,
maybe a little more,
several,
maybe a year,
maybe a decade.
and I'm like a level 30.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you had a great game the other day. I was very impressed.
Dude,
Probably
I
your
was
most kills
freaking
ever.
murking people.
Yeah.
What's
Speaking
up?
of the Nuco earlier, I want to give them a shout out here because they have basically sponsored our entire like IVF journey.
Thank you.
And are helping us like share that and sponsoring the podcast that we do, and we get to talk about our IVF journey. And they've just been so cool. I know I shared that the founder is so amazing, but the whole team is so great, and their products are so great, and it's something that I genuinely am really obsessed with. And they've just been so cool about like just be as authentic as possible, share what you want, we trust you.
I love that.
And I just think that they're really cool. So I wanted to give them a shout out because today we actually have a little pregnancy
update. Baby update. Baby update. Baby.
Be update.
Nice. We do. We have a fun baby update.
Yeah, so thank you to the Nuco Spur for sponsoring this baby update. It sounds like at the ACF games when they're like, corner kick presented by
Cedar Sinai. Baby presented by
the Nuco. That's cute. You can always shop the Nuco. My discount code should be working all year. Cami 20% off.
Use Taryn50 for 50% off.
That does not work, so don't do that.
I would love to shock you live.
You just reach out to them and you're like, can I have just like 5% more of a discount?
Just literally even 1% more will go a long way.
20.5% off.
Anywho, that should have been my April Fool's. That would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
Anywho.
Shoot.
We have
You want to run it back?
That was a really good rewind sound.
You are always quite good at it.
Wait.
It's not the first time you've done
crazy,
that,
though.
and it's not the first time that it's been
You do
flawless.
It. Do it. Go. Go. You said Nuco at the end. You literally had to go Nuco.
I wanted to try to say it backwards, but
Let's go to Nuco.
Octune.
What's your name backwards?
Emac or Ned Mac.
Ned Mac. Oh,
Camden. Wait, how do you say Arnold backwards? Delonra?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Scott
Camden.
backward? Talks.
Camden, Arnold, Scott. Talks. What's
Talks
Arnold?
Delonra.
Talks Delondra.
Ned Rat.
Mac.
Oh.
Ned Mac.
Ned Rat.
Ned Rat.
Well, I'm Nyrat.
Nyrat.
No wonder I'm so fucking obsessed with rats.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life I've been going, I'm Nyrat.
Yeah, because rat's literally in the name.
I'm Nyrat Delonra.
That is an interesting name backwards.
Doesn't Nyrat Delonra sound like a real person?
It does. I'm like I know her. I met her.
What do you think she's like? Who is Nyrat in your head?
Nyrat is cool.
Yeah.
She's like she I feel like she could like be one of the girls from Scamfluencers, the host.
Yes.
I can't remember their names right now. I'm like, was
Sachi Cole.
No, okay, so not similar.
Okay, but Nyrat is giving.
Nyrat and Sachi sound like they could be friends, right?
I was gonna say that Nyrat is giving like political science.
Well, or I could see her.
Yeah.
She's like an influencer doing politics.
That's right. Yeah, she's in politics.
Yeah, she's cool, but she's like also a cool girl. Like she's like smart, but she's also like she's like edgy, you know.
And then you have
she's like first generation American.
Who are you again?
Ned Mac or Emac. It's not great.
Yeah, Ned Mac is different. She's built different in a weird way.
Ned is tough. Ned is really tough.
Oh, but I did want to name our kid Mac at some point, so that was cute. That
you've had a lot of baby names.
Yeah, of course. But Ned Mac
was one of them. I don't
Yeah, I
remember
love
that.
Mac. And then you said, it's going to be after Mac Miller. And people are going to think that's lame because of
You pick a
Pittsburgh.
lot of Pittsburgh names. You also wanted Crosby.
I
You're
love Crosby.
obsessed with me.
I'm obsessed with Pittsburgh.
Me.
Me. I wouldn't be obsessed with Pittsburgh if it weren't for you.
Like,
I'll
you
give
wouldn't even
that.
know what Pittsburgh is if it wasn't for
What's
me.
insane about that
It's
is
true.
that's so true.
Mhm.
My dad still calls it Philadelphia every day.
No one's going to get it.
How are your parents in Philly, Cam?
I didn't know. I'm like, I didn't know those parents.
Bro, I'm Ned Mac.
My favorite thing that your dad does is he like then tries to say he's joking. I know he wasn't, but I don't want him to be embarrassed.
I think that growing up here, we were not talking about Pittsburgh.
Of course you weren't.
I just mean like you were talking about California.
Yeah,
as
like
a
New
kid.
York and California are the main states in our country that
Yeah,
people
we're the
speak on.
Yeah,
You know?
it's so true.
I love that you are proud of that. Like that you have anything to do with
I did
it.
anything. But it's so funny because like Philly, is like more popular.
Because it's so close to New York.
and just like Philly's like more. You're thinking of like Philly cheesesteak, and it's like Philly.
Okay.
Pittsburgh like had less of like an identity, is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
if
just
you,
mainly like our sports teams.
yeah, and
And that
weren't-
we are like the backbone of America.
were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the steel industry.
That is cool.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
Exactly.
Well, I have a-
specifically me.
I have a question.
What?
Is steel like? Did it come from Pittsburgh?
It's
Or
a
there's
Pittsburgh baby. Anyone popped out a little bit of steel.
Is it just that there's a lot of
They were
factories?
like steel mills and steel factories making it.
Why there? How do you make steel?
Probably because of the Three Rivers. I don't know if there was like water power going on. I have no idea.
Sounds like that's something you should know.
Well, this
as
was
the
all like
owner of steel.
this was all as a Ned Mac owner of steel.
As Ned Mac?
This is pre me like being born in Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh was one of like the dirtiest cities because of all the pollution, and now it's not because we don't have the steel mills anymore.
It feels like when you were born,
Everything got
Pittsburgh
better.
turned around.
You're welcome,
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
said, Ned Mac is here. Let's wake up.
Yeah,
Okay, should we get to our baby update?
I would love to get to our baby update.
Okay.
Do you want to kick us off, or do you want me to?
I think you should kick us off and I'll chime in.
So basically, let's take it back. We have not. We are in the process of choosing our sperm donor. But we just kind of want to go over how we got here, because it has been a journey. I think for me, at least, growing up and knowing I wanted kids and knowing that I was gay, I knew that at some point I was going to have to get sperm. And in my head, I was like, whatever, sperm bank.
Me being like,
Sperm. You're like, I'm going to chime in every third word. Sperm.
I knew I was going to have to get sperm.
But I just didn't put a lot of like thought or intention in it. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll find somebody that is not hideous as a donor. And you were
What
waiting
were
for
you
the words, trying to finish my sentence. But I just didn't really think of anything past that. I was like, only thing that matters is how we raise the kid. Their DNA doesn't really affect them. Let me just find somebody like healthy and not completely offensive looking. But then when we actually started the process, it was really overwhelming and discouraging and scary. And I think we just felt a little lost, and it kind of put a little bit of a damper on the process for us for a while.
Yeah. We would get like excited about someone that we found on like some of the sperm banks websites.
Yeah.
Which it's like some of them are free and you can access all of the sperm donors free. Others you have to pay for. So like if we thought one was more promising, we would like pay for it.
We've already invested at least $1,000 in subscriptions to
different sperm banks.
donor. Yeah, sperm banks.
Yeah.
Just so we could look. So we decided we wanted to be able to see adult photos. It was just a lot. And
Yeah.
Tara and I were really at the point where we were like, we are either going to go sperm donor route from a sperm bank, because we thought that was the only option to get sperm, or a friend, a known donor. But neither of those sat well with us. They both had their pros and cons. And we were just kind of like bummed that none of them felt perfect. And a lot of it was just the unknown.
Yeah.
Like if we went with a friend, it was a friend who doesn't already have kids. So we just don't know how they're going to end up feeling.
Yeah.
And that, like, all of that being up in the air was really scary. And the lack of laws to protect us felt scary in that situation.
Yeah.
It was just really overwhelming.
And we've turned a new leaf because we have found something that feels very good for us. Honestly, on your guys' recommendation. Like I saw it a little bit on TikTok, but then I posted asking like, hey, what sperm banks did you guys use to find your sperm?
Yeah.
Sperm. And a lot of people, you know, shared different ones that we had been looking into. And then a bunch of people said, hey, look up this place called the Skeet Scout. The Skeet Scout.
Seed Scout.
Seed Scout.
Scout.
The Skeet Scout. The Seed Scout. And we were like, okay, we saw it like, I don't know, 5 times pop up in like an hour. And I was like, that's crazy.
I'm intrigued.
And so we looked it up and have started working with them and are fully in the process now. We have, I'm very excited to say we are like narrowed down to 2 potential donors that we're equally and so excited about.
Yeah.
And didn't think that we could even say we would get to the place where we could say we were excited about it.
No, I thought this was like we just got to get this part over with.
Totally.
And then we can focus on the good. I never thought this was going to be an enjoyable part of it.
100%.
I was describing the Seed Scout as kind of our like third little bear, where it's this is too big, this is too small, this one's just right. Like they are the perfect blend of, we really wanted more of the intimate side of a known donor where we have the ability to have our kid know them if that's what we want, and know that they can only donate to us. Yeah. Like it's all of the stuff that we would have gotten from picking a friend.
Totally.
But then none of the downsides of them being too close. Like we can have really strict boundaries, whatever feels best for us. Yeah. It just feels good.
They're basically a known donor matchmaking service. So the women that started it were spooked by what they saw on sperm banks in the same ways that we were, and basically started like reaching out to all these guys just through friends of friends, whatever. And
they felt just like we did. It was like, we know people, but we don't want someone we really know. So it was like asking for recommendations of trying to find 2 to 3 degrees of separation.
Yes.
So they weren't their best friend.
And one of the women in the couple is a lawyer. The other one, I think, is a pediatrician. Yeah. And so they each had their own expertise through like the health aspect and then also the like law and policy aspect. And they basically created a company based off of the process that they went through in finding a known donor, what they wish would have been easier, what was hard for them to do. And then also like there is some research about what donor conceived people wish that their experience would have been like if they could like dream it up from the ground. And so a lot of the processes and kind of things that are involved in how the Seed Scout matches us with a sperm donor are based on the things that they learned through that research and stuff like that. And so we'll kind of like talk about the differences between a sperm bank and Seed Scout, or like the way that, or the, I don't know, it doesn't have to be specifically Seed Scout, known but donors. You know, a known donor route. Yeah. We'll talk about the differences, but before we do, we just wanted to be super clear that like, this is not in any way to say that anyone that goes the sperm bank route or however you get your kid made, I guess is like, that is just do what is right for you. We're not prescribing that this is the way to do it. This is just what felt most right to us. Exactly. And you have been very interested in our journey. And so we are just talking about how we landed here and sharing that with you all. But to everyone that like sent in other recommendations, talked about your experiences with sperm banks, whether they be good or bad, sent pictures of your kids that were donor conceived through sperm bank sperm, like truly cannot be more thankful for that. Like you guys got us really excited about the process. And Seed Scout was just kind of the last thing for us that got us like really right in the mindset. We want to be able to be transparent on how we landed here, so we will be sharing
cons to major sperm banks, but we're not trying to knock what you choose for your family, what you have, what you will, whatever it may be. There is a perfect fit for everyone, luckily. I think Taryn and I are anxious people in different ways, and as many beautiful stories as there are from sperm banks, which honestly, like Taryn said, you guys sending in your positive experiences made me feel so much more calm about it. But unfortunately, there still are horror stories, and I think we're the type to kind of latch onto the horror story side. So this is just what we chose best for us. So I'm really sorry if anything we say negative about sperm banks is offensive to you, if that's the route you chose. But I do feel it's really important for us to shed light on these things, because I didn't know a lot of this. 100%. I just learned a lot of it. So I just want to be a resource. Take what you want from this. Do your own research. Do what's best for you.
And this also, I guess one more small caveat is like, this is not a thing to say that, how do I even say this? It's like, new things will come out always. There are always going to be evolution in like what's available. I mean,
soon the process of being able to create a baby
you might
without
not even
sperm
need a man
might happen. I remember researching that when I was like 15 when I first heard about it, and knowing that it would never be advanced enough in our lifetime. I felt sad about that the day I heard about it. I was excited, but I was bummed. Like, our kids' generation might be able to do that. But I'll never have any regrets for the way that we did it. So things are always changing and evolving, which is awesome.
And now, like, knowing who our potential donors are, I'm like, that would even bother me less if someday it's like, oh, we could have just made a baby like between the two of us and not needing sperm.
I'll be happy with the way it panned out.
I'm not like I need one of these people to be involved. Or sorry, not like I want one of these people to be involved just out of the goodness of my heart. But like the fact that we have to have someone involved, I feel so much better about like the caliber of person that we are like bringing into this now. So anyway, I'll just share some things that we found were really interesting. I have these in our note if you want to look too. But sorry. So basically, sperm bank versus seed scout. I'll talk about like what's great about the known donor process, like matchmaking seed scout route that we went. And then we'll also talk about like the sperm donor side of things, like how sperm donors are kind of treated better as well, which is important. So one thing that was really cool about Seed Scout is that the family limit at Seed Scout is capped at 3. So that means that your donor will only match with a maximum of 2 other families. This means the number of half siblings that your children will have will be exponentially lower than sperm bank donors, where family caps generally do not exist. Some donor sibling cohorts can have over 100 children. At sperm banks, they say 35 families, but it's only counting the families who report a live birth, which is only about 30%.
That's what's really scary. And there's just, they can't control it. Like, we even learned that they're able to sell sperm to different countries, and then that laws don't apply. So whatever number they're saying is the limit, you actually need to multiply by quite a bit. I mean, if only 30% of births are being reported, because people buy the sperm, they go through the process can take a very long time if it doesn't work the first few times. The last thing you're thinking is, gotta call our sperm bank and let them know, which I understand, but that becomes really scary. And I don't know, I have this fear that our kid's like going to be on a date and then find out the person they're on a date with is their sibling. I'm like, that would suck. And I want to be able to present them all the facts and not be like, I don't know, download 23andMe and figure it out.
There's also like, Seed Scout has worked in really cool donor contact like laws. I don't know if it's laws, but like practices, I guess. So your future children have the opportunity to reach out and or know the details about their donor at any age of their choosing. So right now at sperm banks, even if it's open ID, that doesn't guarantee that a donor will be responsive if and when a child reaches out.
You basically can't cater sperm donor or sperm banks to what you and your family want and what your kid eventually wants. Because you can't contact them yet. It's very like separate. But then also because of the internet and 23andMe, it's also not very private either. So you could find them, but you're not connected to this person.
Totally.
And I think that's tough. Like, I love that going with a known donor and going with Seed Scout, we decide like what we do and what anyone else who uses them does could be totally different.
Totally.
And that's really nice because it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
And then I really like that. I didn't realize this, but sperm banks won't take gay men or any man who's, I think it's slept with a man in a certain amount of time.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's insane.
It's one, not everyone has to disclose that, and I feel like the weird things that sperm banks put on, they like, it almost like encourages holding back so that you don't get rejected from it.
Totally.
Where with Seed Scout, it's like, share everything. That might matter to one person, not matter to another. But I mean, the idea of not taking a gay man because of antiquated ideas, a straight man can have HIV as well. It is one, disgusting, and like I'm like so upset by that it makes me out of principle not really want to support that. But also, I wanted a gay donor. Like, that was part of what I actually really wanted. It felt better to me. It felt like, I don't know, less icky. Something about it felt less icky to me.
Yeah.
And I felt like they would really get why donating can be a beautiful thing, and I felt like their intentions behind it felt better to me.
Yeah.
So then learning that none of the donors at sperm banks could even be gay or couldn't share that they're gay.
So insane.
It was just like,
the military.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, that's so insane.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You also get to meet your donor, which we'll talk about in a bit. And what is very important for us health freaky girlies is that right now on like a sperm bank, you basically you see all of their health information
that they chose to share.
That they choose to share. And then I think they also take, genetic testing and stuff to see like what.
I think they test the sperm, the integrity of the sperm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a term, integrity of the sperm, but
like it's up to the person to say, hey, it's up to the donor to say, hey, my grandpa died of heart disease or something. Which is the same with a known donor. Like, you just have to trust that the person that you're talking to is being legit. But what's cool is that using a known donor, and like what we'll do with Seed Scout is that we will put a promise, whatever. What am I trying to say? There's like it's not a law in place. It's like we agree that once a year they are going to send family.
There's a legal contract in place. So we make an agreement.
Are we explaining this really badly?
No.
Okay, great.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think my head's a little funny. So I'm like, I
mean, it's a complicated process, but you agree that bare minimum contact that you will have with your donor is that we as a family are required to give an update yearly. And this can be in any form we want, as simple as a text saying, kid's doing great. I hope all is well. And they are required to give us yearly updates on their health and their family's health. So if anything has changed, if something has come up and they think it'd be good to get our kid checked out, it's great that we can have that constant update instead of waiting until they're 18 being handed information and we find out there's new diseases or stuff that could have been so helpful if we were proactive and could take care of our kid ahead of time.
I just saw a TikTok of a guy who is a donor who has like currently like has found out he has 90 plus people conceived through his sperm donorship.
That would just be shocking.
And his grandpa just died and he's trying to update his sheet to tell people. And no, he's trying to update the sperm to the sperm bank being like, hey, just so you know, you need to update
pass this info along. And
they won't answer him. And then in the comments, it's a bunch of people being like, wait, this happened to me too. I also can't report my birth. And so
people, even if they're wanting to report stuff, even if you have the best intention donor and best intention family, the banks are dropping the ball.
And one thing that Danielle from Seed Scout says a lot is like, there's no regulation in the US like there is in a lot of other countries. And so it is kind of the Wild West. And so we feel really good about kind of taking it private, where it's like, okay, we're just going to handle it with our own lawyer and with our own doctors. We don't need the middleman
of the sperm bank hoping that they have good intentions, where a lot of times they can be taking advantage of both sides. It's like, no, we're going to speak to the donor so that I feel like we're good judges of character.
Yeah.
That we can talk to this person and we can assess for ourselves, like, are you doing this just to like spread your seed and be a creep? Or are you doing this because you actually care and have good intentions?
You also get to see family photos, which is so sick on Seed Scout. Like you get to.
Well, let's run through how the process has worked thus far.
Yeah, that's right.
Just to like give some clarity on what we can speak to. So basically, we had our kickoff call to hear about the process and decide if we wanted to move forward. And then we filled out a questionnaire, which was really cool, where on sperm banks, it's kind of like online shopping where you're just like picking your little filters.
Yeah.
Here, it was very personalized. We got to say how much things mattered to us,
right? Whether
it be height, education, health, whatever it is. We got to say this is a non-negotiable or I like to have. And then from there, it is like what they say, a matchmaking service. They go through their database and
they have like over 250 donors now. And they're all so beautiful.
Oh, they're the freaking cutest humans ever.
It's insane.
And if you're looking for a very specific type of donor and they don't have it, they don't say, sorry, I don't have that. They go and try to find this because I think what you're really signing up for is the connections that they have formed and the knowledge that they have formed on the contracts you need, the doctor's appointments you need, like all the little details. And they just kind of hold your hand through that whole process. So we then received, after we sent in our stuff, we received the list of people and we got quick little bios on all of them and images of all of them. And from that point,
you get like 7 pictures of them. So you kind of get a lot
of each of the like 40 donors that we got at first.
Yeah. And like a lot of people on a lot of sperm banks, you only see maybe one adult photo or no adult photos. But
and it's either what they have submitted and it's like their best photo ever, or they're taken at the sperm bank where I'm like, nobody would look at that. I can't even tell what you look like.
Yeah, you look like a freaking dunce. Yeah. And this is
or
like
just a baby picture or no photo
from their Instagram, or like it's like pictures that they've chosen where it's like you get to see what they actually look like in different settings.
You get like a comprehensive view of what they look like at different phases in their life.
Yeah.
You get a synopsis on health, the little bio, the outlook that the Seed Scout has had on them. And then from there, we kind of narrowed it down and received more in-depth information on our narrowed down, what was it, top 4?
4 or something.
Yeah, our top 4, we got way more information on. At that point, you get pictures of their parents and siblings, which I didn't even know was going to happen. And that was life-changing because you can get a one-off different looking person in a family.
100%.
Good or bad.
Yes.
Like, think about your own family. Someone can stick out.
Yeah, he's like, think about my family. I'm the hot one.
No, hardly. But yeah, so it's like height could be an anomaly that this person just happens to be tall. So seeing these pictures and getting a comprehensive idea of like, oh, these are the genes that are strong here too.
Exactly.
Not even like,
I was just gonna say, it's like you could say, oh my god, they all have the same nose.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, maybe the nose is gonna come down to the baby.
Even some of them, we got to see like the in-laws of like their. See, like, let's say it was their brother and sister-in-law and all their kids, and it was like, okay, the kids look just like his sibling, or they don't look anything like him. Like, how strong are these genes? What's strong in here? That was the most helpful thing for me for appearance. I thought that was really, really cool. And then from there, a lot of people pick their top one and interview them, have a little Zoom call with them. We are stuck. We have 2 top ones,
which is like truly the best issue to have, because these guys are just 2 different people. They look different. I don't know. It's like
similar. If you explain them, if I would like tell you their traits, I would think of the same person
100%.
But then obviously that's no one's gonna look exactly the same. They 100%. Look different. We have the best problem right now that we have. Either option is going to be lovely and wonderful. Having Zoom calls with them I was so nervous on the first call.
We were so fucking scared, you guys.
My palms were so sweaty.
It is the funniest experience because you're like, when you're on a Zoom, you're normally like in like a weird little work meeting or something, and it is kind of weird unless it's like your team or whatever.
Yeah.
But then getting on a Zoom call with the potential half
Y'all,
of the genes.
Asking somebody if they genetically have a good body or if it's just because they work out all the time
Is insane.
I was like, how do we ask this?
Us
We
being
also
like-
have a follow-up question to ask if they've had any plastic surgery. I'm like, this feels so invasive.
But you go so deep so fast. Like one of the donors almost cried on the call. Another donor were like, yo, do you have like mental health issues? Basically, we didn't say it like that, but like we have to ask those things. And
yeah,
it was so,
it feels weird, but also really fun. And like, I've just talking to them, the one guy was just like so emotionally invested in this, and it was like so beautiful to see how he sees it. The other guy, I was like, this would be our best friend. Like if we met out, you would literally be my homie.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it makes me feel so good. I'm so excited.
and there's
I feel like
obvious,
giddy about it.
Yeah. And there's like different things that each of them that brings up that like we connect to in different ways, which is just like really cool.
Yeah.
And then what it's going to come down to probably for us at the end of the day is like whose health is going to match with ours the best. So we haven't gotten our
Genetic testing
back yet. It'll come back in like a week or so. And once we get that back, we'll see like how our genetics mess with their genetics, and then if whatever.
Yeah.
And
I'm
see if
thinking
it's-
the decision will kind of get made for us on the match. And then we're going to send our doctors their health history, their family's health history, and just be like, and compare it to ours. What it looks like, who's going to make the healthiest baby here?
Yeah.
Ugh, I keep looking down at my arm. I don't know if you guys can tell.
It's so sad.
On the video, I have an insane bruise because I got my blood taken for the third time
Okay, blood girl.
ever. I was such a trooper, but as soon as she finished it, she was like, you're going to bruise really bad. I didn't really understand how bad she meant because it has been over a week, and that's what it looks like. So
I'm so sorry, love bug, but I'm so proud of you. You're so smart and brave.
tough.
So we're so stoked, you guys. I just can't express how nice it feels to know that like we've met this person. Like I really didn't know that thing was going to matter to me, that piece of it would matter.
I thought I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I can't believe I almost didn't have this.
It's kind of because like we talked to our couple of our friends about it, like, and one thing that's so crazy is to some extent personality is hereditary, and like we all share traits with our parents where it's like, oh yeah, he's quieter like his dad, or he's like da-da-da like his mom, or whatever.
Not you making it a straight family.
I'm just picturing my family.
I'm kidding.
And it made us think like, oh wow, the little mannerisms talking to this person might be things that we see in our kids someday.
Yeah.
And like, do we want that? Do we not want that? Like,
but it's so weird because we can't pick, even if
Yes.
like we are even talking to people who went through this, and it's like they picked a donor for a specific trait and then didn't get that trait out of, like, didn't expect to not get it but didn't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're just kind of pick the all around comfiest option.
Yeah.
And kind of see what happens.
We can hear Riggins outside running out into the freaking ether. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It's so cute. You hear her feet go and you know that she has just flown off the deck. But we're really excited, you guys. And thank you for all your support and all of your help through everything. It's been awesome. And now soon we can have a little baby.
Yeah. So our next steps in this process, besides like getting the genetic testing back, Frank, don't do
You
it.
can't come up here, buddy.
Nobody.
Sorry, Frank's trying to get on the couch.
He's gonna knock my computer off, and we're
He's
gonna
been
lose the
very
whole
needy.
podcast.
Come here, baby.
Go by mom.
Come over here. I want to talk to you.
Yeah. Other than like the genetic testing and officially picking our donor, whoever matches up best, next up really is our egg retrieval, which
Get the eggs.
I think is going to be interesting to share because a lot of people go through that, whether they're having to do IVF or not, whatever, if they're queer, straight, whatever they may be. So that's going to be really interesting. If you guys have any tips for us in the egg retrieval process, open to advice.
100%.
Because I'm nervous.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Did you watch any of my Tuesday today?
I did.
All of it?
Not all of it. I was working.
Did you see the thing about like the sun and the moon?
I did.
Dang it. I was going to ask you
I did.
if
I'm
you knew that the
sorry.
moon is a lesbian like everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, duh.
I didn't. Somebody asked me on Tuesday,
You said the moon is a boy.
Yes.
And I was like, in
is
what
the sun you basically here's a list of different things.
Sun, moon,
say
and
if they're
trees.
a man or a woman.
weather. Sun, moon, trees, weather, whatever.
Yes. And I said that the sun was a woman and the weather is a woman. And then I said that the moon is a man.
Yeah, and the trees are they.
The trees are they.
Yeah.
And people were I hit a bad nerve when I said that the moon was a man.
Well, it's just wrong. So people
but did you hear my explanation?
No.
I posted a little video. I said, Franco.
I don't know if you guys can hear this. You can see Frank's tail behind Taryn's head, but he's like hitting the wall, thumping, creating a beat.
He's such a little lover. He's acting like he sees something back there, which is horrifying.
He doesn't. He's just exploring.
I said that the sun is a woman because she's big and bright and strong and like lights up the days, and it's just like raw. And then I said that the moon is a man because in my obviously the moon is powerful too.
He lives in the shadow of the sun.
No, he's like derpy. Like I think that the moon is like a little derp. Like a very cute little
okay, you think that because of like the face of a drawing face of the moon, like the emoji moon face
maybe
looks like a little derp.
Maybe. I'm also just like,
the
he's
moon's
gray.
Yeah, you're like, he's just like lackluster and kind of just there.
No hate, but I do feel that maybe the moon is just kind of like, I'm doing my thing. Bop, bop, bop.
I get that logic. That's
all.
Does I hear your logic. It is incorrect, but I understand how you got to your incorrect answer.
Okay, baby. You check my work and you see that it was wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not quite right.
Well, I want to take a nap now.
Yeah, you got to rest up, my love. So I think we're going to wrap this up right here. Thank you guys for coming on this journey with us. It feels really special to be able to talk about this and share it with you guys. I feel like people have generally been really kind with us working through our opinions on this. It's like, obviously people have strong opinions on the way to go about this.
Yeah.
And I generally feel like people have been so respectful.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice to hear people's thoughts and opinions in that way.
Also, I would like to call out that we know that Seed Scout is a more expensive option, and going the known donor route where you'll have to pay for a lot of the stuff yourself. We understand that we have that privilege to make that decision.
Do we? I'm like, how are we?
I mean, no, like we're
I'm kidding.
The house, we have to sell our house.
We are lucky that we have the opportunity to go this route.
Yeah.
That one, we can afford it, and two, that it exists. Like this is new. This is a new option, and we feel really lucky. And just to reiterate what we said at the top of the episode, by no means are we saying that you shouldn't go the sperm bank route. That might be the perfect solution for you and your family for a million reasons. But I'd almost like be remiss if I didn't share the things we have learned. Yeah. Oh my God, we didn't talk about that documentary show.
We need to watch it. Everyone start watching Sperm World and we'll talk about it.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah, but I think it's also on Disney Plus.
Okay, Sperm World, we started it the other night. Basically, the general idea is it is about, there's like a Facebook group. It's basically like in the steps of known donor to sperm bank. It is like, well, I guess you kind of do know who they are, so maybe not.
Know.
It's a Facebook group where you basically go on and you're like, this is what I'm looking for. And then donors go, hey, I can do it. And they basically just come and give you.
Come. I know we keep doing
They basically come. That's what it is. They come.
But like they're
and
like
they give it
in
to
your
you.
town and they like pull up next to you in their car and then they jack off.
They'll
in
come
their
to your
car.
house. You'll go to their house. Like
sometimes they even have sex with you and do it in you.
That I feel like is like a specific weird thing. I don't know why anyone's screaming that too.
I don't know why.
But it's crazy. The one guy has like 10 billion kids. It's really wild. Go watch it and we can debrief on Discord. If you're not on Discord yet, come join us. The link is in the show notes.
Come, honey.
Come join us. Link is in the show notes. Also, we do bonus episodes over on Patreon, and then we have and then it reminded me of Little Mix where they're like, oh, but
when it's about Jamaica, and she goes, what did she say?
It's just a thing that
Jamaica.
No, she wasn't trying to do that. They have come out after. I can't stop saying come. They have said, because people were like, were you trying to be racist? Like, what was happening? And she's like, no, when something gets awkward, we always say the same thing. So like something happened in the interview, it was awkward, and she went, like it's like that. Yeah, it's I don't know if that's exactly it, but I don't know.
That was crazy.
Anyways, come join us on Discord. Join our private room on Discord if you're a Patreon member.
And come.
Just come already. God.
Oh my God. Wait, we have to talk about Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay, wait, one more thing. We're not leaving yet. I can't. I'm going to laugh.
You guys, we were with my family for Easter in Palm Springs. And my niece was there, obviously, because she's in our family. And we were doing like a foosball tournament with this little tabletop foosball thing.
Yeah.
And we were saying how much we wanted to get a full foosball table. So me and my brother were like looking to see where we could buy a foosball table, which is ridiculous. Why are we going to go like panic buy a foosball table?
Well, we didn't.
We didn't. You said we did?
No, I said we didn't.
Oh, I thought you said, well, we did. I was like, no, that's a lie.
They're shockingly expensive.
And so we're talking about Dick's Sporting Goods, which is like a store.
Well, nothing was online, so somebody was like, oh, we're just going to have to go to Dick's.
It's like just like a big sports store and like a Big Five thing. And
I think people know Dick's before they know Big Five, right?
I'm saying Dick's isn't everywhere.
Dicks are everywhere.
Dicks are everywhere. This episode is about dicks. But
this episode is
sponsored by the Nuco and Dick's. And so my sister-in-law is like out of nowhere. I love
Wait. So someone was like, I think we're gonna have to go to Dick's, and she lit up, clapped, and went, ooh, I love Dick's. Oh my gosh, no. I love Dick's. And I would I would love a little trip to Dick's. Oh my gosh, I love Dick's. And at the first 2 seconds of it, we are on the ground, rolling around, dying laughing, and it takes her like a full minute to really realize what's going on.
She's so pure and
she's so genuine
and kind that like she literally was just having like a moment being like, I love Dick's.
Yeah, but she was just so sweet about it. She was like, oh my gosh, I love Dick's. Oh, I just love Dick's.
I could really go for some Dick's. Like just walk around.
But no, it was the little that made it so funny. I could so go for a little, and she meant like just like a quick little trip to Dick's, but she was like a little, it's such a little trip to Dick's. But her daughter is there watching us die hysterically, and she's 7 and she's
obviously doesn't get it,
but too smart for her own good. She is the funniest, coolest, smartest kid I've ever met in my life, and she's really good at like her wittiness is so great. She'll do a callback joke the next day. She'll do a callback joke. She's brilliant. So funny. So she's watching us laugh, and you can see that she literally is like, what? Nothing about this is funny. Mm-hmm. What is wrong with all these adults? And she's trying to figure out what she doesn't get. So she's like kind of laughing too, because she doesn't want left out.
She does understand that like she thinks that we thought we were just laughing at my sister-in-law
and being how excited
like,
she was.
So excited to go to like a store, like a normal store.
But I think she could tell also like I'm missing something here. But she was like, okay, yeah. She landed on they're laughing at mommy because she is so excited to go to this store.
Yes.
So like maybe even the next day or later that night,
the whole weekend,
we are in the car, and what did our niece say?
She said something about like, what, mom, you want to go to Dick's?
Yeah, she was like she was like doing a callback joke, and she was making fun of her mom, and she was like, oh yeah, you mom, and someone was like, yeah, Jana wants blah blah blah, and she's like, and I bet you also want to go to Dick's.
Just full ass like bringing it back, and then it was even funnier because it's just like, dude, she doesn't know what she's saying.
Yeah, but then like she loves when she's hit a nerve and making people laugh. So she's like, this is obviously slapping. I'm gonna keep being funny. Not the dick
slapping, honey. Jesus Christ, he is risen.
Okay, well now he needs to rest.
He needs to not rise. Okay, wow. That was
we
really
love you
fun.
guys so much.
We
Thank
love
you
you.
for hanging out. We will see you next week.
Can I ask, is it okay when I'm a little lower energy?
Do you mind that I was a little all over the place today?
All right.
That I couldn't really focus on the words coming out my mouth?
Because here's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I just shouldn't even record if I'm going to be this low energy. What if they hate it?
You know, some of the episodes that we've recorded where I have felt my most off, people have said have been their favorite episodes. So let's just put it out to the world.
Because you were talking less?
Whoa.
Got you, bitch. I'm back. Ride high, everybody. I'm not even sick.
I should have done a solo episode. Go rest, I'll make you soup. Wonder what I'll put in it.
Oh.
You're excited and then sad.
Oh, you're going to give me dick soup. Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Tough. Okay.
Wait, we just got a Patreon notification. Okay. Aspen just hit us with that.
Oh, we didn't do, okay. PP of the week. We keep trying to leave and we keep saying.
We're going to be here for days.
PP of the week.
That's going to make me pee my pants.
What's wrong with me? It's me. Jessica.
PP of the week, guy.
Is I can't see the notification anymore. You have to do it. Go quick.
Okay.
Aspen Roberts, right?
Aspen Roberts is our PP of the week.
Thank you for joining our Patreon, Aspen.
Because you just became a top PP live.
Oh my God. We'll see you on the Discord.
Holy
Bye, guys.
fuck. Boy, didn't you mean to say bye, guy? Yes. Honey. Are you okay?